guys, I hope you're all doing well, and we have the July forecast ready here for you. But listen, before we start today, I have a couple of messages. We're nearly up at 100,000 subscribers, and maybe this month we can make it. And for those of you who have subscribed already and you're wondering why isn't it showing up in your email, well, most of you now listen to your forecast on your cell phone, right? And there's something new here. You can hit the bell, because if you don't hit the bell, which gives you all notifications of new videos, then it will only give it to you every once in a long shot, right? So if you're listening right now on your mobile, well, look at that little bell. If you're subscribed, hit it and it will come up. You'll always get your notifications, and then you get them right away. Secondly, also, since we are coming up on the near 100,000 mark of subscribers, if you haven't subscribed, please hit subscribe now if you are a follower. And to celebrate that, I am giving away a half-hour reading, a 6-month transit, which will run you 6 months. So from July 1st straight through December. So just go to my website. You'll find the link down below and sign up for the newsletter, right? You'll get all the good news there from time to time. I don't send them too often, but when you do, I will let you know who the lucky winner is of the half-hour 6-month transit reading. Also, when you go to the website, you'll see that I have added a call me button. So if you want a one-on-one talk, whether it is, you know, for a psychic or a tarot reading, you can do so there, and I'm online here in the evenings, and I will look forward to speak with you. So let's get on with what is up for this month. Hello Gemini, this is now your forecast for July 2017, and let me tell you, we have a very hot month coming up, meaning there's going to be quite a few challenges, so get your pen out. And why? Well, there's more than just a few couple of run-bys of challenges, and I'm going to point them all out to you. If you are listening to this early, say here in June, which I know a lot of you do, before the month even starts, I would say come back in July, you know, if you didn't write them down, just so you can get more of a roadmap. Again, it will truly be helpful to you. Now, let's just start out with the full moon this month, because it's going to be very, very powerful. This new full moon will be conjunct Pluto, and we know how explosive Pluto can be. And it will have one of those very purging of energies and emotions and whatnot, because not only are they conjunct, but it is also in opposition to the Sun, and Mars has just been there, triggered it, and not only do we have these oppositions going on, but then we have Jupiter, which rules justice, fairness, balance, and so forth, is stuck more or less smack in the middle of it. So in which areas are you as a Gemini going to be feeling this the most this month? It is between the 2nd and the 8th house, so it has to do with money, either your income, money that you have with your partner, or commissions, royalties, maybe mortgages, investments, whatever that might be. There's something here that's coming to a head, and Jupiter is wanting to set that straight. Jupiter for you is in the 5th house, so for those of you who have your own business, that could be something that's going to trigger it. But it could also be a romantic interest that is coming in with some situation where you're going to have to balance where money is either coming in or going out. It could be children. It could be one of your children having a little bit of a conflict or crisis financially, and then you're going to have to really look at it and go in there and try to balance it that way. So, that being said, when we have Mars-Pluto in opposition, we're going to start off the month that way here on July 2nd, okay? So Mars is your energy. It is your goals, your determination, and so forth. Now in June, you also had Mars here in your 2nd house for money. So you've been looking at where the money is coming in, where it's going. You might have had more expensive, maybe even unexpected expenses, right? And but here on the 2nd, when it opposes Pluto, well, there's something that is raising a big red flag that you need to look at. So we're starting off the month already with this hanging. Remember, the full moon is going to come and add to that Pluto. So if you think that the second was difficult. Well, it's just going to be building here as we go through this first week of July. On the 4th, you're having to need to have some kind of communication, and it might not be easy because there might be something unexpected thrown into the mix from somewhere. This could involve either a group, could be a financial group for that matter. It could be friends, acquaintances, whatever that is. This is Uranus in your 11th house. It could also tie into the hopes and dreams that you've been having. Say that if you've been hoping to receive some money, and then here's news that nope, that's not coming. Something is being pulled away from it. Then you're left with, well, what do I do now? You know, I expected, I anticipated this. Where do I go from here? Because it does tie in to some hopes and dreams that you were having, wanting to accomplish, thinking that something would come in, and here you are in this tight spot. Because on the 5th, I see how that vision, your hope, your dream there, is being challenged by the sun being square to Jupiter. So say you wanted to use money in one direction, and here there's a whole different scenario opening up, and now suddenly money's going to go over here. Instead, you will know what it is. Again, that points towards your 5th house. It could be that one of your children might be needing something, and it's going to shift where you're heading. On the 7th, I feel that you're okay though, because communication is up and running, and at least, you know, the heart is all in it. Venus and Mercury, okay? So this feels good, and I think you're getting to a point where you could settle it and know where things are coming from, even if not even a child is involved. It could be a mortgage company or investment company. Whatever it is that has been challenging and difficult, I feel there's some mutual agreement and ground on the 7th, but then here comes the 9th, and it is going to open up those doors from what you have already seen just a little bit of earlier in the month. Now it's wide open. And for you, this is really going to be a challenge. Pluto is not always easy to deal with. It can trigger when not in a good aspect, you know, when it's negatively or challenged in an aspect. It can really bring up all this purging energy, guilt trips, power games, that kind of thing. That, you know, it's easy where everybody just jumps into their own defense mechanism, and then we lose whatever rational communication that can try to find solutions. It's just, we're just really overreacting. On the 14th, though, I feel that, here we go again, finding some middle ground, just like you did on the 7th, okay? So it's like, okay, now you're feeling a little safe again after all of this. But then again on the 17th, comes the next wave. I'm sorry to have to like this because it's choppy waters. What can I say, Gemini? You know, it's like, do your best. As long as you are forewarned, you're forearmed, you'll get through it. As long as you can be aware of these oncoming dates, because a lot of this energy is coming towards you. I don't feel it's something that you're going to bring up and throw out onto anybody else, but these are circumstances that we all are going to be feeling on some level, wherever it shows up in our charts. Now, of course, I don't have your personal chart, or I could tell you exactly, you know, where it's going to hit you as an individual. Gemini, we're looking at your solar chart for all of you Geminis, right? So at least we have that in common for you, that it's financial, it's creative, or it also has to do with either a romantic partner or children. But in your personal chart, these hot aspects and transits can show up totally in a different place, and that would be your exact personal individual experience of it. So, 17th, yes, be careful because it's an accident-prone day, and that is always when we see Mars and Uranus in square or also in an opposition. It's one of those days we can stub our toe right on the way out the door because we weren't paying attention, right? That kind of thing. And it is also because our mind is elsewhere. And where is it? It's trying to figure out this whole thing. You're feeling disappointed. It's like, why didn't this come together? Why didn't this go through for me? And what did he mean? What did she mean? What, you know, why is it this way? You're trying to figure it out because your dream was there, your goal was there, but why all this? Your mind, Venus and Neptune is working on a square, which has to do with, oh yeah, well, not just disappointments, but you might feel there has been a deception or somebody's been doing something behind the veil and you're trying to figure that out, and then boop, Mars wasn't paying attention, you stub your toe or something else. Be careful. Even with sharp objects, I would say be careful. Mars rules all sharp objects, and Uranus is square here, so, but as we pass through that, there is better news, I'm happy to say. On the 18th and 19th, we have Venus and Jupiter. Now, they are in a trine. This is a very beautiful aspect. It's a golden trine. Venus rules love, romance, money. Jupiter rules, you know, hope and optimism and expansion and so forth, justice, all those things. And so you might just go out and purchase yourself something on this day just to make yourself feel a little bit better. Maybe a gift is coming to you. Maybe you'll receive money on this day. Maybe whatever has been the disappointment with a delayed payout, it could be that. Maybe some royalties and commissions that were promised didn't go through. Maybe you will get it now. It could be a settlement, a lawsuit settlement that has been like this, and then now you can see it surface. It is money related. Happy to see that. And the Mercury and Saturn, Mercury's, you know, the messenger, and Saturn's always looking out for you. It's the taskmaster. It's you holding yourself to, you know, to the grindstone. So both the 18th and the 19th, I feel, are days that are bringing it together. But then we still have one more little hiccup, and that's around between the 20th and 24th, which is you now trying to find your new grounding. That's the sun, but it's squaring off on Uranus. So you might just be holding your breath. It's like, can I trust that things are good now? What's the next thing? What now? You know, as if you're anticipating more to come. So that's just that little feeling that you have. On the 24th, though, yes, there is a money situation coming up. This has to do with you and your partner, though. So this is not money, income, you know, as far as your career or your monthly paycheck. This might have to do with something that you want or what you value, as opposed to your partner. Your partner might want to do things in a different way than you do, and so here you're going to just have to find a midpoint, and I do see you finding that midpoint, okay? And it's more about compromise, I feel, on the 24th. On the 26th, we're at the 30th, rest of the month, thank God, we're good. All right? We have that new moon on the 23rd, and that is 0 degrees in Leo. For you, that is going to be in your third house for communication, short distance travel. This new moon is so beautiful this month, Gemini, so I'm so happy to relate that. It has a beautiful aspect to Saturn in your relationship area, and it has a beautiful trine to Uranus in your hopes and dreams, and also the friendship area. So communication here is running freely. It's time to plant your seeds, where I can see that you're saying to yourself, I want more of this. This is exactly how I want it. Things are open. It feels good. I want to lock it in. That's what your seeds are going to do. So take a little time off to have a little meditation to put this on your vision board. 26th, we're at the 30th. Well, we've got new energy all being set up. It's the sun being conjunct now, your Mars. And for that reason, I feel that you're going to feel that much more invigorated. On the 30th, we have unexpected news, happiness, surprises. It's Venus and Uranus, so that should just be beautiful. The phone is calling, and I am done with this reading, so I will see you now next month.